everyone is Sharna from Pay or Wait, and today we have to have another chat, you guys, about us. So I have gotten phone calls from my friends, text messages, people commenting on what I did, like my Us Ending Explain, my spoiler review of Us. Everyone was just like, but you forgot to say that Jason was a clone. And guys, I didn't forget to say that. I do not believe that Jason was a clone, okay? So before I even get into this, just a reminder, hey, I am going to be doing a live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? And we're going to talk about all our theories, how we felt about it, what we liked, what we didn't like. We're going to have a whole little discussion about this. So make sure that you guys are subscribed and that you check back in when I do my live stream so we can talk about this a little bit more in depth. But we gotta talk about this, y'all, because I do not believe that Jason was switched. I do not believe any of this blasphemy, okay? This is blasphemy. But as always, this is just my opinion. Jordan is the only person. We need to get Jordan on the line and tell Jordan to come down here and be like, hey, I need you to tell us what it is. Was Jason a switch? Was he not switched? Because I can't go on like this. Literally, my friends, I had all my friends like, hey, send me your messages, send me your explanations on why you feel as though that Jason was tethered, and then I'm going to tell you why I feel as though that this is complete baloney. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So this is what one of my friends, Devin, who actually has a YouTube, he's a tech YouTuber, C Kid. See, I already messed it up. I'm sorry, Devin. I'm going to display it below so you guys know what I'm talking about. You can go follow him. So these were his reasonings, okay? So first, he says at the tunnel, Jason is building a tunnel. At the beach, he's building a tunnel. And they say that most kids build sandcastles. I didn't build no dang old sandcastles when I was a little kid at the beach. We barely went to the beach as it is. But I was not doing that. And we see when the Tyler twins, when they come by and they're like, what were you building? He's like, a tunnel. And they're like, your brother is so weird. He wanted to build a tunnel, y'all. Can a kid build a tunnel? He already wearing his mask, which is already not normal for most kids to do. Actually, you know what? I used to wear a pink Power Rangers mask, so I'm going to take that back. He was just being a kid. He didn't want to be like everybody else. He didn't want to build sandcastles. So I just feel as though we were really reaching for this whole tunnel discussion, even though I know the underground, that's where all the clones were, and the tunnels, abandoned tunnels that no one thought of. I just felt like that was just Jordan really trying to signify tunnels because he mentioned it in the beginning, and he's just kind of playing out these foreshadowing themes throughout the course of the film. That's just how I felt about it. Next, he says that Jason had a vague memory of the magic trick, but he couldn't explain it because when they're like, hey, like, can you just tell us what the trick is? Because we don't understand what you're trying to do because you can't get this together. And I was just like, no, I don't believe as though because Pluto knew how to do it, that means that they were switched, because when he left the table and Adelaide said, where are you going? And he was like, oh, I want to start doing my magic trick. I left it here last year and I want to do it again. And so I'm just like, well, if it was a whole year that you went without doing this magic trick, of course you're not going to remember what was supposed to happen. Like, it's been a long time since you did it. You left it in the summer house, so you didn't have time to perfect it while you were back home at school. I was just like, this is another reason why I feel as though that we're reaching a little bit. And to be quite honest, I still don't even know how to light a dang on cigarette lighter. I have to use the ones that you can click because I've always just been challenged. I don't know how to do that, and I definitely don't even know how to light a match. I still don't. It's really horrible because I'm too old to not be able to do that. But you know what? We just all have weaknesses that we just can't turn into strengths, and that's okay. And that's also why Jason did not know how to do it, because if you're not practicing something, you don't practice. You don't use it. What your parents say, you don't use it, you lose it. Okay, that's what my parents always used to tell me. So this is another reason why I just can't even take the whole magic trick into consideration or think that this is another foreshadowing that Jason was switched. Now, also, too, there was another thing that was brought up where they said that because, remember, he was locked in the little closet that his sister locked him into, Zora locked him into during the course of it. They said, well, that's where the switch happened. And I was just like, how did the switch happen? Because even in their conversation, like, they said they had to drive a long way to even get to the beach. So what representation of tunnels or anything that was underground of the Wilson household would have allowed them to be able to sneak in? And if that's the case, wouldn't the family have just snuck into the house through the closet that supposedly has this tunnel as to where the switch took place between Jason and Pluto? I'm just saying. Let me know. If you can have it make sense for me, I will gladly say, okay, you guys have a point there. I do think it's an interesting theory. I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, yo, like if that was true, like that'd be dope. But there was no evidence to suggest that anyone else knew about the closet outside of the Wilson family that was above ground. There was nothing that the Red family, because we don't really have a last name for them. There was nothing that Red suggested or did in her actions to let us think that they knew about a secret passageway in the closet of the Wilson family household. Now, also too, they said that Adelaide was sad when Pluto backs into the fire as Jason realizes that he can control Pluto to do what he needs him to do. I mean, this looks like your child. So of course, I just feel as though it's not like they were necessarily trying to kill them. They were just trying to get away to make sure that they cannot kill them. So when she sees this young boy going into the fire, I mean, I think anyone would feel for a child who is killing themselves. And because he resembles who her child Jason looks like, I think that that would make sense. And then if that was to be true, that Adelaide knew about the switch, then why did she go run after Jason when Red took him away? If she felt, I mean, why would she try to save him? There would be no attachments. I just feel as though because Adelaide actually physically gave birth to these people above ground, there is a different attachment that she has for her children, which makes her run after Jason, who is her child that she gave birth to. This is another reason why I just don't feel as though that this switch was made. I mean, I just feel as though wouldn't have Adelaide, because she came from the underground, wouldn't she automatically know that it happened? And what benefit would it be for her to necessarily want to go get these kids who have no soul, who can't talk, who can't really show their love to their mother? What will be the reasoning on why she will only switch one of them and not both of her children? That just really doesn't make sense to me. And so they also asked why didn't the tether version of Adelaide kill the son immediately? And I think this is still just going back to like their children. Like even if they're from the underground, they're still considered children and still look like her. Even if you had these kids coming, because the kids necessarily wasn't trying to kill them. Well, maybe Umber was trying to kill Zora, but Jason and Pluto, they were just playing with one another. I don't know. I can't really get down with this. And even they said, well, Jason was the first one to say it's us. And I'm like, well, damn, I mean, it is us. You're looking literally at the reflection of yourself in a mirror. It is us. I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I just really don't feel as though that they were switched at all. I don't think there's any real evidence to really suggest. I think there's great theories. I do think the theories were great of what people came up with. But even also too, they text me like, what about the bad words that he was saying? I was like, kids pick up bad words all the time. How many bad words did you pick up from hearing other people talk? It's not even necessarily like it was bad. And then how would you even have a vocabulary like that? Because even for Adelaide, who spent years on years, like years being above ground, she still didn't even like to talk to people. She didn't have many words to say. So how would Jason in such this short time, because they should suggest that the switch happened a few months prior when his grandmother passed, how would he have time to like kind of develop all of that? And why wouldn't, if they knew that Adelaide took her child from Red, why wouldn't Red have sped up the process for the untethering to take place? So this is why I can't get it, y'all. I don't believe it. If you guys want to show me some more theories and prove me wrong, I am totally here for that. If Jordan wants to be like Sharonda, you are the weakest link because your theory was not right. I did switch them. They were switched. I will be like, okay, y'all, I will issue a public apology, okay? I will record a video and I will say I was wrong, okay? I was wrong and I doubted you for no reason. But as of right now, I still believe that this switch has not happened, and that was Adelaide's child, Jason. So yeah, so that's just my quick little rant about why I don't believe that it's true. I didn't leave it out as forgetfulness. I just truly don't believe that a switch happened. So those are pretty much my quick thoughts. Make sure you stay tuned at 8 p.m. I'm going to do a live stream. We can all chat about it. We can argue, go back and forth out of love, okay? So those are pretty much my quick thoughts on why I believe that Jason is not a clone. As always, my name is Sharonda from Pay Your Weight. And if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I will see you soon.